He alone is my rock and my salvation, my fortress. I shall never be shaken. One of the last century's greatest theologians once began a lesson by assuring his listeners that if he were ever locked away in prison and were only allowed one book, that one book would be the Bible. If that was considered too generous, then, he said, he would choose to just have the book of Genesis. If the wardens thought even that too much lenience, and he were allowed only one chapter, then he would choose Genesis chapter 15. This bizarre ritual Abraham goes through, with the animals and the chopping, was how those in the ancient world came to an agreement on serious issues. Two parties would walk through the mutilated corpses and assure each other that if one were to break the terms of the agreement, then may they suffer the same fate as the animals. This is what God was doing with Abraham when he promised him that he would be the father of a saved people. But only one of the two parties walks through the animal corpses. Abraham is put in a deep sleep. God does not wish Abraham, his beloved creature, to think that he would ever even consider doing such a thing to him, even if Abraham broke his side of the covenant. God is showing that holy agape love. All malice be on me, dear creature, and all blessing and goodness on you. God is also deadly serious about his promise. May God be divided into parts, should God ever hold back on the least of the blessings he has promised. But God cannot be divided into parts. He is one, perfect and undivided. The fact that God keeps his promises is given double emphasis. And look how serious God is about saving those he loves. Gaze into the face of Jesus, our brother, friend, and lover. Gaze on his face that calls out to you, his beloved. He was so serious about this covenant with Abraham that he went to the cross and suffered, bled, and died to keep it, because that was what was needed to redeem Abraham's children. And now he leads us, a pillar of smoke by day, a pillar of fire by night, through the wilderness of this dark world, protecting us, his flock. His promise is abundant life, and he keeps his promises.